What up, what up, what up? Yo, man, y'all know who it is. It's Barrett. I make videos about things that I feel have been revealed to me as I spend time in prayer and meditation. And you're back on another video of my Walking with Jesus series. Well, let me rephrase that. It ain't my Walking with Jesus series. It's a series that I feel God has allowed me to have to share with y'all. So this is the Walking with Jesus series, the only series where I make videos about the different things we go through in life and how we can walk with Jesus through those things. This video is meant for you to watch before you go on a walk in nature, or to listen to this video as you walk in nature. That way, as you're walking and you're meditating on this word, you are literally walking with Jesus physically, which I hope will translate to you walking with Jesus in your life spiritually. So today's video, by the way, each video has a title of walking. So today's video, as we in the Walk with Jesus series, is called Walk with the Source. Let me say that again. Today's title of the video of the Walking with Jesus series is Walk with the Source. Okay, here we go. Who do you rely on to keep you safe at night? Is it your doors, your locks, your security system, or your weapons? When you wake up in the morning, what do you rely on as a source of food? Do you find your safety and security in your money? Or is your safety and your security found in the very God who blessed you and endowed you with the skills and talents to make that money? Say it again, dog. Do you find your safety and security in your money? Or is your safety and your security found in the very God who blessed you and endowed you with the skills and talents to earn that money? For it is written in Deuteronomy 8:18, but thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day. You see, this is why it is so important to tithe. God knows that we are prone to forget how we got what we got. And we are prone to forget who gave us what we needed when we got it. We tend to misplace glory. I'm going to say that again. This is why it is so important to tithe. God knows we are prone to forget how we got what we got, and we are prone to forget who gave us what we needed when we got it. We tend to misplace glory. We live in a hyper-modern world that moves at a fast pace, only to be slowed down by cheap dopamine hits from an electronic dopamine dispensary of choice. I'm talking about these cell phones, these Xboxes, this Facebook, even this YouTube. When we don't take the time to reconnect with our source, it's easy to get overwhelmed with the demands of life. When we don't take time to reconnect with our source, it's easy to get overwhelmed with the demands of life. There is always another battle to fight, another problem to solve, another relationship that needs repair, another thing to worry about. Whether it's elderly parents being diagnosed with your worst fears, or a child that's been hurt in a way that made you blame yourself, it's easy to take on so much care and fall into a spirit of worry and despair. You see, we don't operate in the gift of peace when we don't cast our cares upon Jesus. Say it again. We don't operate in the gift of peace when we don't cast our cares upon Jesus. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. Psalms chapter 55, verse 22. When our strength, intellect, and world wisdom becomes the source of solving our problems in our life, our walk is hard. But when we cast our cares upon Jesus, our walk becomes easy as Jesus walking upon water. Man, come on, dog. Say it again. When we let our strength, our intellect, and our worldly wisdom, when that becomes the strength or the source of us solving our problems in life, our walk is hard. But when we cast our cares upon Jesus, our walk becomes easy as Jesus walking upon water. So, man, I'm going to ask you, is Jesus your source? Is Jesus your source for money, for security, for peace, for love? Insert any other noun or adjective you want. Is Jesus your source to find that husband? Is Jesus your source to find that relief in your body? Is Jesus your source to find healing and repair and restoration in that relationship? Or is it Dr. Phil? Come on now. Is Jesus your source for blank? Insert whatever you want to. Think about the children of Israel. Who was the source of their deliverance? Hint, hint. It wasn't Moses. It wasn't Pharaoh. It was God who was the source of their protection and deliverance. It was God who was the source of their wealth as they borrowed the jewels and the gold before they left Egypt. By the way, side note, I love how we see the character of God being an abundant God. Not only is he going to provide freedom, but he's going to provide freedom with wealth to make restitution for all of the slave work. Come on, man. For all of the slave work. You see, the Israels provided work without pay, but they're going to be leaving with the riches that they so rightfully deserve. God was the source of their protection as they put blood over their doors posts during the Passover. And when they walked in the wilderness and they became hungry and thirsty, who was the source of their substance? God was their source. Think about the areas of your life where you feel the most angst and ask yourself, who am I relying on to solve this? Where is the source of my strength? Man, I got the sun in my eye. Let me move it. Hold on. Stick with me. Woohoo. Okay. Stick with me. Let me see. Let's open this up. Let me get that a little brighter. There we go. Stick with me. Okay, here we go. All right. And when they walk, okay, here we go. Where we at? All right. And when they walked in the wilderness and they became hungry and thirsty, who was the source of their substance? God was their source. Now think about the areas of your life where you feel the most angst and ask yourself, who am I relying on to solve this? Where is the source of my strength? As you walk today, I want you to look around at the birds. Listen to these birds in the background. God said the birds neither sow nor reap, but they are taken care of. Are you not more important than the birds? Now, I know the culture want to tell you that the birds are more important than you, but that's opposite of what God has said. God has said you are more important than the birds. Matthew chapter 6, verse 26, behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, neither do they gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are you not much better than they? Come on, man. That's Matthew chapter 6, verse 26. Luke 12:24 said the same thing. I'm encouraging you to pay attention to the birds. Listen to the songs that they are singing to heaven to thank the God who feeds them. This is the same God that loves you. Listen to the birds. I thought they would start singing again, but they stopped. But when you walk and listen to them, all right? These birds are singing a song of praise. Are you like the Israelites in the desert, singing a song of misery, murmuring and complaining? Look at the trees that the birds use to make their home. Look at the plants and think about how the plants are being fed by the sun, that sun that God created in the book of Genesis. Be grateful for the water that God rains upon this earth to create provision for the nature that you are walking through, and consider Psalms chapter 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Consider how God is the source for nature. I want you to remember that out of all of God's creation, you and I were God's most loved and esteemed creation. Aren't you thankful that we serve a God that plays favorites? Like, I know he's not a respecter of person, but aren't you glad God loves us and has crowned us with glory and not monkeys, so we don't end up like Planet of the Apes? Like, hey, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, consider how God is the source for nature. I want you to remember that out of all creation, you and I are God's most loved and esteemed creation. We are the only creation that is made in his image. And if we are to truly walk in the life he has called us to, we must abide in him as the source for all that we need in our life. We are the only creation that is made in his image. And if we are to truly walk in the life he has called us to, we must abide in him as the source for all that we need in our life. I want you to look into your life and ask yourself, what are you dealing with? What are you struggling with? And who are you allowing to be your source? Is it God? Is it your mom? Is it your dad? Is that boyfriend? Is it that girlfriend? Is it your wife? Is it Facebook? Is it Reddit? Is it Instagram? Is it culture? Is it the president? Who's your source to solve your problems in your life? Are you allowing God to be your provider if you're looking for a job? Are you allowing God to be the source of healing in your marriage? Are you allowing God to be the source of growth in your spiritual walk with him? Or are you relying on YouTubers that may not even really be walking with Jesus? Say it again, bro. Listen, are you allowing God to be a provider in your life if you're looking for a job? Are you allowing God to be the source of healing in your marriage? Or are you allowing God to be the source of growth in your spiritual walk with him? Or is it these YouTubers? Are you allowing God to be a GPS in your life as you look for direction? As the Israelites looked for direction as they left Egypt, God wanted to direct them. But instead of looking to him as their source and being thankful, they complained about what they didn't have and failed to see the power of God working in their life. Will you listen to God and follow him and step into the promised land? Or are you not going to allow God to be your source and lean into your own wisdom for the next 40 years? As you walk with Jesus today, I would ask you to consider the verses and questions below. As you ponder these verses, think about the areas of your life where God should be your source and ask yourself, am I abiding in Jesus and is he my source, or am I leaning into my own wisdom, strength, and understanding? John chapter 15 verse 4, abide in me and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide on the vine, no more can ye except you abide in me. Philippians chapter 4 verse 19, but my God shall supply all your needs according to his riches and glory by Jesus Christ. Thank God Jesus ain't broke, because if he gonna supply your needs according to his riches and he owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, thank God my Father is rich and I am in an inheritance with him and he gonna come through and provide for me when I need it. Come on, man. Psalm chapter 121 verse 2, man. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. Psalm chapter 34 verse 8 to 10. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. Oh, fear the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger. The king of the jungle lacks and suffers hunger. But they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. What is God saying to me as I meditate on this? As you walk and you listen to this, ask yourself, what is God saying to me as I watch this video and as I meditate? All right, y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all on the next one.